There you go, Tony.
That's it.
This is pretty great. It's a great turnout. Appreciate you all coming here. Actually, it turns out to be our first luncheon of the year because of some scheduling problems with some other events. Here, I'll move over here. But anyway, thank you. As you know, I'm not your esteemed leader. Jaime is in New York for the auto show, and I assume that there's some other people who were there also, so we really appreciate you all coming out here today. There were just a couple things. One, dues. Sorry with that, but dues are due. If you haven't paid, you can leave a check with Angelo today or send a check in to Prestige. It's still $100, cheaper twice the price. And so it would be good to get, because I think that we eventually will put our foot down somewhere along the line. And the other thing is, although this may not be the group to bring this up, but if you're not getting emails, and I assume most of you have, let us know. Check the website. All the membership lists are on the website, and your emails are there. Just make sure that that's the email that you want to use. You can even check the phone number too also. But please check so we can make sure that we're getting it out. Jaime said he had some couple people who said, there's Rick Green, for example. But there have been a couple people, I guess, have said that they weren't getting the email. I don't know, the mass distribution list that he wasn't using was skipping some people. I assume that most of you probably did, but at any rate, if anybody says, if you see another member that somewhere along the line said they didn't get an email, to please let them know. That's all the business we have, except we have Mr. John Kiskinis here to bring up a couple things.
All right, Paul.
Hello.
How you miss an auto show? How fast they forget? What the heck? A couple things. First off, I want to thank Lauren, Gina, for doing this. It's kind of becoming a tradition to do a lovely luncheon in association with the Fort Lauderdale International Auto Show, and it is a good cause. As you've heard me preach a few times, the Fort Lauderdale show benefits the Boys and Girls Clubs of Broward County. It's their largest annual fundraiser of the year, so I thank you all for coming. I thank them for hosting and inviting you all to be here. I'm going to hand out some tickets. I'll ask somebody to pass them out for the remainder of the show. If you want to take a pair and maybe come back and visit while you're not having a lunch thrown at you, bring some of your family members, be our guest. So I'll pass these out. Maybe Tony, you could help circulate some of these up there for everybody so everyone has one. I was just real quickly asked to update everyone on Miami. We have show dates. I don't know whether you've sent anything out notifying everybody on your membership, but I will probably let you know one way or another. It's not a secret. We will be October 5th through the 13th. The convention center, barring any unforeseen situations, is expected to be complete. So we will be in a 4-hall, brand new, beautiful facility for the October show. So we look forward to having you there. A lot of the media will be coming from out of town. We've already been in touch with many of the manufacturers who've traditionally done press conferences, and they are very excited about the dates. So we hope to see you then. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or Paul or whoever. But we'll see you in a few months as we prepare for Miami. And once again, thank you for today to Toyota as well. Thank you all. The media day will be Friday.
Okay.
We will do a preview party, which Mazda has traditionally done. They have expressed an interest in doing it again, and we're listening, of course. And that would be Thursday evening. The press day would be Friday morning, and then we'd hope to open to the public on Friday late afternoon. All 4 halls will be used. 3 of them will be moving in early on. The 4th hall will have a little shorter of a setup period, but we do hope to have Topless in Miami and all the exhibits that everybody enjoys coming and seeing. So we should have everything back, including maybe Havana Classics, $1 Million Alley, Memory Lane, on and on and on. So should be a lovely show, which we're excited about as well. Question?
Anybody else have questions?
Yeah.
Am I correct that the second weekend it's only Saturday and not Sunday?
That's correct.
Bill, did you say?
So it's a 9-day show as opposed to a 10. Anything else? Enjoy.
Great.
John, no more than 6 seconds. No more than 6 seconds.
Sorry.
And have Bill Adams talk about a couple of events that are coming up, or not, one's not coming up.
Well, continuity, future. The Rides and Smiles is not dead. We're still kind of talking different ideas about that. But what I wanted to mention today, the car show, the annual car show we do each year at the Homestead Air Force Base for the men and women of the military, is going to take place this year. They have their security questions now cleared up. The base was actually closed down for visitors or for anything for quite a while. They were seriously worried about the state of affairs in the world, and were having ongoing drills all the time. It now has relaxed that security to the point where they're saying, okay, we can do the car show, and that's going to be the second weekend in November. Now, actually it was 2 years ago, the photographers who very kindly started volunteering for Rides and Smiles, they had a good idea on bringing other people that they knew in other vehicles, specifically cars from the SEMA Auto Show in Las Vegas. And we've all seen pictures, and some of us that have been to SEMA, they're just remarkable cars. They have turned out to be a massive hit with the men and women at the base. I was telling Paul that like last year, somebody turned up with a Toyota Supra that was one of the SEMA cars. It had $22,000 spent on the engine. You can imagine, unbelievable. Open the hood and there's all this braided steel line every place and carbon fiber. The mechanics went crazy looking at this car. They had such a kick out of this. They want to do that again this year, and they're saying, if you want, we can bring 100 cars. So they're talking fairly new, retro rods, vintage cars. Daniel, I wanted to mention your event, I think, is so wonderful. Maybe you can mention to people that come to your event if they would like to bring their vehicles also to the Homestead Air Force Base and put them on display. It would give them a chance to talk to the men and women in the base, and I think it would add tremendously to the days. I love your event. I love what you're doing. I think you fellas put in so much time and effort and love to make that a great event. It's terrific. To put the cars on display and have people looking at it would be great. For anybody else that has any ideas, this really is what I'm appealing to right now, is to try to get new ideas, new vehicles. If you know somebody that's got something rare, unusual, beautiful, please ask them down at the base. Keeping in mind that it's an active military base, and the Saturday that we're going to be there, it's going to be a full complement of men and women down there. They're flying missions in the morning and the afternoon that we do have the luxury of getting taken out to the runway to watch, and God, I love that. That's my be-all and end-all. But the people that do come down, please remind them they're not going to have the run of the base. They can't just jump in their car and drive any place they want, or they're going to get shot. So they can't outrun a bullet. But it's a wonderful day, and it gives us all a chance to give something back to the world. And it's just a terrific event. So if anybody has any ideas, please get in touch with me, and if you can mention to your entrants that if they would like to come down for that, God, I'd love to see it happen. So thank you all. I'm done. Thank you all.
You know, one of the stories I remember from the event was one of the events, the guy had a drone up there that was taking pictures, and one of the guards came over and with the guy who was running the drone, just said, "Would you like to bring that down, or do you want me to shoot it down?"
That's right.
He got it down.
True story.
Daniel, speaking of your event, is there any updates? I know it's coming up here pretty soon, right?
Yeah.
Your event, the Florida Car Marathon, is coming up. When?
Yeah, at the end of April 25th, April 25th to April 29th. This 5 days event, and it's 3 stages of in the road, 500 miles. Classic cars and touring cars. Everybody's invited. We
Where
have,
does it start, Daniel?
I'm sorry?
Where does it start so that people that want to come out and look at the cars?
We have a big event on April 26th. We're gonna close downtown Doral Street, and we have probably 1,000 people in there. So I invited my factories.
Perfect.
They're going to come with the models to show up. It's gonna be a great one this year. Thank you.
You have a website, don't you?
Yes, we have.
Is it what, FloridaCarMarathon.com?
FloridaCarMarathon.com.
There you go. That's good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And for Lauren, we only had a couple of things that have been going on here.
Fine.
From now on, we wanted to give our thanks.
There's there,
Them,
and you can
Toyota
break
for
this
sponsoring the thing, and now it's your show.
Thank you. Thank you all. Just to get us started, my name is Lauren Fike. It's great to see so many familiar faces here today, a few new faces, so thank you. Really appreciate you making the trek up to Broward County. As John mentioned to me earlier, he needed to get his passport out for this, so really appreciate you coming up here and spending your morning and afternoon with us. As we kick off the 2018 Fort Lauderdale International Auto Show. So thank you again. As you all know, this is a very important group to Toyota in the Southeast. You are a big supporter of our brand, and we appreciate that. We look forward to this lunch every year. It's become a tradition for us as well. I know Christy's devastated that she's not here. She's probably laying by a pool on a cruise ship in the Caribbean, sipping a cocktail and wishing that she was here. So make sure that you keep her really jealous by posting a lot today and by talking about it, because you know that she's absolutely crushed. So we're going to have a great presentation for you, talking about some of the new stuff that's happening at Toyota. Afterward, we will go out on the floor, see some of our new and exciting product. You'll have the opportunity to kind of walk around the show a little bit. Obviously, we want you to stay in the Toyota area, but feel free to see the rest of the show. And also, hope you can swing by the Toyota test drive area. We have a few vehicles out, so hopefully you can get behind the wheel. I think there's a Camry, CHR, RAV4, and Highlander. So if you want to take those for a spin, that'll be a great opportunity. And just a few stats to give you guys. South Florida continues to be so important for the Toyota brand, and we're proud to say that we've been the top-selling nameplate in South Florida for the past 10 years. Specifically, we're also #1 choice for the Hispanic community since 2008. Our market share increased from 13.9% in 2011 to 15.8% in 2017. RAV4, Camry, and Corolla are all in the top 5 selling vehicles in South Florida for several years, with Corolla maintaining its position as the #1 selling vehicle in South Florida since 2010. So on behalf of Toyota, I just want to say thank you for all that you do to keep us in the forefront in South Florida in our market. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce 2 very well-informed individuals who are going to tell you so much more about what's going on, Ms. Javelin Arve and Tomas Huang. And you guys can take it away. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Lauren, for the introduction. Good morning, everyone. I am so honored to be here today, and I look forward to talking to you after the presentation. And thank you so much for joining us for lunch to hear about what Toyota has to offer in South Florida, as well as some exciting new things that we're going to talk about. So, 2017 was an amazing year for us. And Toyota is so honored to be America's favorite brand for the 6th consecutive year. Let me repeat that, 6th consecutive year. How is that amazing? Yay. We attribute a lot of the success to the amazing teams of developers, designers, and researchers that work day in and day out to evolve Toyota from a car maker to a human movement company. And they're delivering some amazing mobility solutions, some of the best in the world already. And speaking of mobility, Toyota just entered into an 8-year worldwide partnership with the International Olympics and Paralympics committees. And by the way, you probably have seen the Start Your Impossible campaign on television. If if you have watched the Olympics, or if you're just watching TV overall, you may have seen this campaign. And it showcases Toyota's commitment to mobility and really shows the stories, real-life athletes that are showing us the values of humility, hard work, and never giving up. In addition, it showcases Toyota's focus in evolving our society into a more inclusive and sustainable society in the mobility space through a lot of dedication and as well as through our amazing Toyota technologies.
Thanks, Caroline. Now, speaking about technology, it's really awesome. At the North American International Auto Show, Toyota announced a brand new vehicle. And the brand new vehicle is, I'm gonna grab this. The most amazing vehicle. Avalon is not just a flagship for our brand, but it's a hint to what's to come in the future with our new products as well. Avalon is designed in America, made in America, by Americans and for Americans, and it's proudly assembled by 8,000 American team members in Georgetown, Kentucky for the last 20 years. Our commitment to America continues, with over 25 million Toyotas produced over the last 30 years. That's more than $23 billion directly invested in the United States. Over 10 manufacturing facilities, 1,200 dealers, and 136,000 people working across the country. The new 2019 Avalon is the first mid-premium sedan of its kind. And let me tell you, from the inside out, it has a long list of Toyota first. That's just an indication of our continuing commitment to this premium evolving segment. When it arrives at our dealers later this spring, it will be offered in 4 grade levels. And I'm really excited to share with you, for the first time with Avalon, we're going to offer an XSE grade level, as well as an XLE, a Touring, and a Limited. And then the Avalon Hybrid will be offered in, of course, the XSE, the XLE, and also the Limited model as well. Avalon speaks to our customers' captivation with dynamics and design, but at the same time, Avalon still reaffirms its reputation for leading the segment with quality, durability, reliability, and safety. And for the 5th generation of Avalon, it's been redesigned from the inside out. It's not only longer, it's wider, it sits a little lower, but rather than get into too much specifications with numbers, I'd like to share with you just a couple insights how Avalon came to be. Our designers and our engineers, from the very conception of this vehicle to production, kept 2 key concepts at the forefront of their mind, and that is authenticity and exhilaration. And to the core of who Avalon is, it's technical beauty. Technical aligning with authenticity, meaning purpose and performance. These are tangible elements you can see in the sedan style. Beauty aligns with exhilaration. And it's really the onlooker's first emotional reaction when they look at Avalon's top lines and silhouette sleekness. But I'll tell you, the beauty of the new 2019 Avalon is not just skin deep. From the core of the new 2019 Avalon, we employ Toyota New Global Architecture, TNGA. TNGA allowed our designers and engineers to sculpt that beautiful, sleek design. But I'm more excited with TNGA in the sense where TNGA lowers the center of gravity ever so slightly with the vehicle and gives this vehicle an amazing driving dynamics. I can't wait until you get into the vehicle in the future and experience Avalon. Once you get into the vehicle of Avalon, you're going to notice this. Craftsmanship is the name of the game with the 2019 Avalon. Very purposeful, yet simple placement of controls and amenities. Very authentic materials, like the available Yamaha source wood trim, as well as aluminum accents, give our customers that extra specialness. And technology is going to wow our customers with Avalon. Let me tell you this. Standard across all trim levels on Avalon is a 7-inch multi-information display. It'll give you information like turn-by-turn navigation and more. But if you're like me, I'm really excited about the touring and the limited trim levels. Segment leading and Toyota first, for those 2 trim levels, we will offer standard a 10-inch heads-up display that sits right here. Gives you information such as your speed, navigation, audio, and so much more. Standard across all grades of Avalon as well is Intune 3.0, and available is the new JBL audio experience. And another Toyota first for Avalon, super excited about this personally, Apple CarPlay is now standard across the lineup for Avalon. Also with Avalon, with every multimedia head unit system we have, you will have a 9-inch touchscreen. You can slide and flick just like your mobile phone. Very natural movements to operate that. And our enhanced remote connected services will allow customers to connect with their Avalon like no other before. So if you have an Apple Watch or an Android watch, you have a smartphone, you now can connect to your Avalon. You can see where your car is parked. You can start your car. You can check if the engine is, the trunk is open or the windows are down. Well, what I'm super excited as well, one of the first in the industry and a Toyota first, we now have integrated Amazon Alexa into the 2019 Avalon, enabling our customers to actually interact from the car to the home and the home to the car interaction. Think about this. What if you're, let's say on a Saturday morning, getting ready for a family quick getaway, and you're sitting there having last sips of coffee and you realize, shoot, did I put gas in the Avalon? It's as easy as turning over to Alexa and asking Alexa what the fuel range is in your Avalon. And once you find out that you did put gas in your car, you know what? You might as well ask Alexa to start that Avalon up so it's a lot more comfortable for you and your family when you get to your car and have that adventure in the all-new Avalon as well. Simply said, this is just another way for us at Toyota to allow our customers to thrive and participate in the ever-changing world of connectivity. Toyota first, super awesome. How about a 1200 watt, 14 speakers, 7.1 surround sound available with the 2019 Avalon? It is the best hardware, it is the best software, and structural engineering. And trust me when I say the sound of the system is phenomenal. As you can see, Avalon embodies the DNA of who we are at Toyota. It's the quality, it's the durability, it's the reliability, and it's, of course, safety. So I'm going to take just a couple moments to talk to you about safety. For a car company or a truck company, wouldn't it make sense for a company like that to lean towards a government agency like the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, NHTSA? NHTSA in America tracks every single accident or incident and keeps a log and record of that. Roughly about 5.7 million accidents happen annually on American soil. So at Toyota, that's what we did. We lean on NHTSA to study the data and crash test results. We then can determine the 3 most common types of accidents that you and your family may encounter if you drive on American soil. And then we at Toyota deploy active safety features strategically targeting those 3 most common types of accidents. So for the 2019 Avalon, Toyota Safety Sense P is standard across the board for all trim levels. If we know that front-end collisions are a common type of accident we may encounter when you're driving, Avalon now offers standard pre-collision system with pedestrian detection, as well as full speed range dynamic radar cruise control. If we learn from NHTSA that another type of accident might be inadvertent lane departures outside of your lane, Avalon offers standard lane departure alert with steering assist, giving you that nice gentle nudge and reminding you to get back in the center of the lane. And of course, accidents oftentimes happen at night, poor visibility. Avalon is standard with auto high beams across all board models to give you that extra response time to hopefully avoid that accident as well. You know, simply saying Toyota Safety Sense with Toyota is just another step, another means for us to achieve 0 casualties relating to traffic accidents. So as you can see with the 2019 Avalon, Toyota has really raised the bar quite high. From every essence of the sophistication and the sleekness of the Avalon, it really is a multilateral progressiveness for the Avalon itself, for its drivers, and for Toyota as well. And I think I might have hinted at this in the very beginning, that Avalon is just a little hint at what is to come with technology, with our future models. Take a look at this next video. So this is Toyota's newest, stylish, and most technologically advanced small vehicle. This is a 2019 Corolla hatchback. We just revealed this yesterday at the New York International Auto Show. There is a long list of standard features, and not to go too deep in, I'm just going to share with you a couple of my favorites. Intune 3.0 is standard on all trim levels of Corolla hatch. Amazon Alexa integration is standard. Apple CarPlay is standard. Wi-Fi connectivity powered by Verizon is standard. Safety Connect is standard, and the list goes on. This Corolla hatchback, trust me, is a blast to drive. And a big piece of why it's so much fun to drive is the re-engineered and redesigned sport-tuned suspension on this small vehicle. On top of that, we now deploy Toyota's new global architecture. Again, changing the whole driving dynamics of this small vehicle. The Corolla hatchback really hits a chord with its drivers. And those drivers really take to heart and value authenticity. They value utility. They value practicality. And of course, they value style. Also, yesterday at the New York International Auto Show, we had a global review of the 5th generation Toyota RAV4. Now, RAV4, now when I heard this, I was like, whoa. RAV4 is the #1 selling vehicle for the whole Toyota lineup. The #1 selling vehicle currently is RAV4. RAV4 is the best-selling vehicle in America that is not a compact truck segment. The #1, not subcompact truck vehicle. And with that, this is our total confidence. When this RAV4 hits the road later this year, with the redesign, we are going to turn even more heads towards the RAV4. The 2019 RAV4 has been redesigned with very capable and off-road attributes, with an unparalleled driving experience. Maybe part of that driving experience might be due to the fact of the new wishbone independent suspension in the rear, or maybe it might be also due to the employment of Toyota's new global architecture, also found on this next generation RAV4. Off-road capability, let me tell you this, This is the first time, and I was a little surprised to learn about this. Multi-terrain select is available on this RAV4. And a Toyota first, and the very first time, how about dynamic torque? Vectoring, all-wheel drive with rear driveline disconnect. You know what that is? I'll make it really simple. This RAV4 is so advanced, it has the ability to shift 50% of the power from the front wheel drives right to the back as needed. Right at the back, you shift 50% to the left, 50% to the right, as where you need it. And when you don't need it, the driveline in the shaft can be disconnected and disengaged to give you a smoother drive when you don't need that four-wheel drive off-road capability with maximum fuel economy. 2019 RAV4 is not only gorgeous, not only capable, it's jam-packed with technology. Similar, again, a hint to Avalon, standard Intune 3.0. Standard integration of Amazon Alexa. Standard Apple CarPlay. Standard Wi-Fi connectivity powered by Verizon. But with all that technology as well, safety is at the core of who we are at Toyota. And with Toyota, again, I'll tell you, do you remember when we talked about Toyota Safety Sense? This is actually the second vehicle that we deployed Toyota Safety Sense, but a little different here, let me share it with you. It's Toyota Safety Sense 2.0. We already know the most common accidents that we all encounter driving in America. And we already know Toyota is putting strategically active safety features. But Toyota Safety Sense 2.0, we now add 2 additional technologies, not only for the RAV4 2019, but also for the Corolla hatchback. Check this out. Toyota Safety Sense now 2.0 adds lane tracing assist. Lane. So what we're simply going to do is give you more steering assist to help keep that vehicle in the center of the lane. We now will add standard on Toyota Safety Sense 2.0 driver sign assist. So now the vehicle like the Corolla hatchback and our 2019 RAV4 is so advanced, it's going to scan road signs as you're driving. And depending on the road signs, it'll pick up those road signs, display them in your multi-information display. And based on the information from the road signs, use audible and visual cues to give you notifications in the vehicle appropriately as well. Folks, number 1 selling vehicle for the whole Toyota lineup. The number 1 selling vehicle currently is the RAV4. RAV4 is the best-selling vehicle in America that is not a compact truck segment. The number 1, not subcompact truck vehicle. And with that, this is our total confidence. When this RAV4 hits the road later this year, with the redesign, we are going to turn even more heads towards the RAV4. The 2019 RAV4 has been redesigned with very capable and off-road attributes, with an unparalleled driving experience. Maybe part of that driving experience might be due to the fact of the new wishbone independent suspension in the rear, or maybe it might be also due to the employment of Toyota's new global architecture, also found on this next generation RAV4. Off-road capability, let me tell you this. This is the first time, and I was a little surprised to learn about this. Multi-terrain select is available on this RAV4. And a Toyota first, and the very first time, how about dynamic torque? Vectoring, all-wheel drive with rear driveline disconnect. You know what that is? I'll make it really simple. This RAV4 is so advanced, it has the ability to shift 50% of the power from the front wheel drives right to the back as need. Right at the back, you shift 50% to the left, 50% to the right, as where you need it. And when you don't need it, the driveline in the shaft can be disconnected and disengaged to give you a smoother drive when you don't need that four-wheel drive off-road capability with maximum fuel economy. 2019 RAV4 is not only gorgeous, not only capable, it's jam-packed with technology. Similar, again, a hint to Avalon, standard Intune 3.0. Standard integration of Amazon Alexa. Standard Apple CarPlay. Standard Wi-Fi connectivity powered by Verizon. But with all that technology as well, safety is at the core of who we are at Toyota. And with Toyota, again, I'll tell you, do you remember when we talked about Toyota Safety Sense? This is actually the second vehicle that we deploy Toyota Safety Sense, but a little different here. Let me share with you. It's Toyota Safety Sense 2.0. We already know the most common accidents that we all encounter driving in America, and we already know Toyota is putting strategically active safety features. But Toyota Safety Sense 2.0, we now add 2 additional technologies, not only for the RAV4 2019, but also for the Corolla hatchback. Check this out. Toyota Safety Sense Now 2.0 adds lane tracing assist. Lane tracing assist uses sensors and cameras, and it knows where you are in the lane. So what we're simply going to do is give you more steering assist to help keep that vehicle in the center of the lane. We now will add standard on Toyota Safety Sense 2.0 driver sign assist. So now the vehicle like the Corolla hatchback and a 2019 RAV4 is so advanced, it's going to scan road signs as you're driving. And depending on the road signs, it will pick up those road signs, display them in your multi-information display, and based on the information from the road signs, use audible and visual cues to give you notifications in the vehicle appropriately as well. Folks, Toyota Safety Sense, again, is just another step, another means for us to really reach our goal someday of 0 fatalities with any traffic accidents. And as you can see here at Toyota, there's so much more to talk about, and everything we talked about here today, you can find on the Toyota press room. Javelin and myself and the team here will be available after to answer any questions you may have on the all-new 2019 Avalon, on the hatchback Corolla, as well as the RAV4. So thank you so much for your time today, and let's go places. Thank you. Safety. New for 2019 Avalon, Toyota Safety Sense P is standard across the board. Meaning, if we know the 3 most common accidents that you and your family may get into on the road in America, we now deploy standard active safety features to keep you and your family safe. Standard pre-collision with pedestrian detection, as well as full speed range dynamic radar cruise control. Lane departure alert with steering assist to help give you a reminder and nudge you back into the lane, as well as automatic standard to give you better visibility, more reaction time, and hopefully avoid these types of accidents. So much to talk about. Please come on out and take a look at all the 2019 Avalon.
Perfect. Great. One night is one thing that is very unique, very short take on one.
You know,